So far, no luck, but we're going to continue our search in the lumber area.
Where are the real men? Where have you gone to? And I'm talking handymen.
There's no good masculine men out there who can actually help me with the basic necessities of life.
I'm confident we have masculine men out there. They just don't want to deal with your attitude.
You know, a lot of people say they're going to pick up guys at Home Depot, but I'm going to show you guys how it's really done, okay?
All the good men aren't taken. They're just extremely hard to find.
Going to Home Depot to look for a handyman boyfriend.
I'm going to tell you where you're going to find your man at.
Everyone is on survival mode. That's why they're storming Home Depot looking for a man. Kind
boyfriend.
I'm going to tell you where you're going to find your man.
Everyone is on survival mode. That's why they're storming Home Depot looking for a man. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Going to Home Depot to find a husband. Walking around. No yours, please. Spotted, maybe. Me pretending to be interested in this. Okay.
I don't like 50-50. I don't do coffee dates. I don't care how much money I ever make. I
did in this. Okay.
I don't like 50-50. I don't do coffee dates. I don't care how much money I ever make. I still want my man to pay for everything. He should pick me up. He should drop me off. He should buy me Ubers. In exchange, he gets to not embarrass me and breathe my air. I think it's pretty fair. I think we're even Stevens. Otherwise, I don't need a man just to have a man. This is for me. For the guys who are mad, though. Cry about it.
If she doesn't need a man, but still requires many things from a man, then she's selfish as hell. So what I'm seeing is a man dealing with a newborn baby that can talk. What's in it for the man? Not embarrassing her and gets to breathe her air. Yeah, she's not a good person. Ha! Now there's the self-entitled narcissist. That keep us from wanting to date. This is what you call delusional. I really wonder what man is going to put on a cape and grant this woman wishes. She's not looking for a man. She's looking for a daddy. Basically, your job as her man will be to babysit her while she does nothing. You ever wonder where these types of women get this entitlement from? Well, I'll tell you, it comes from their imaginations. It comes from the illusion that they create in their minds. They walk around with that in their heads, thinking that their presence is enough for a man to invest in them. Basically, to them, just being born a woman is enough.
The worst part about living where I live is not only the fact is that everybody is married or in a relationship, engaged, about to get married, and has a family, is that you can't even date. I mean, like, I am single and young. I have my own apartment. You think I would be able to have a sneaky link, a situationship? You can't even have that. So I'm going insane. I need to be tied to a tree because this is just unfair. It's like I can't even really be in my youth and explore certain things because everyone's fucking married. Do you know what this is like?
I don't know if this is some kind of joke, but is this woman really complaining about not being able to get ran through by having sneaky links?
Yes.
This is
Yes, she
actually
is.
quite sad, because instead of worrying about looking for a man, she's more worried about getting smashed by chads. I guess this is one of the negative effects of hookup culture, and I never understood why women need sneak links or situationships to explore themselves. What's the logic behind that?
You know, a lot of people say they're gonna pick up guys at Home
It's
Depot, but I'm
304
gonna
with
tell
a
you guys
bunch
how
of
it's
words.
really done, okay? Don't be wearing your like Louis and whatever Prada or whatever bags you have. Because if they see that, like, you know, those like really large bags, because then they're gonna be like, oh my god, like I can't even afford her. I'm not even gonna come near her. So you want to look a little modest. Once you're inside, you have to act extra lost. Pretend you lost your mom and you
This is
can't find her.
desperate, fellas.
You want to go straight to plumbing, okay? You're not gonna find anybody in the tile section. Nobody's gonna help you out there. So now you have the contractor's phone number. So what do you do next? You throw that shit away, okay? Because most of those guys are married. You need to leave them alone.
I just want to know, where do all the single men hang out at? Are you guys at a bar? Like, do I need to start going to the bars? Because
No,
Hinge at the moment is just a disappointment. So definitely not on Hinge.
not on dating
Are
apps.
you just
Absolutely
hibernating at
not.
home? Obviously, I'm not going to be able to
Yes,
find you at the house playing
that's
cards.
the
Do I
whole
need to start
plan.
going to Bunnings more often? I need to start going to like footy games. Like, where do I need to go to find some nice, eligible single bachelors or single men that are actually decent? I'm sure many of us single women are curious to know where we're going to meet someone,
We're
because
home.
social media is
I
not
mean,
it. My friends don't have friends that they can hook me up with. Or are you going through like a divorce right now? So you're just kind of finalizing those. Anyways, no offense, but yeah,
well,
let
yeah,
me know
that did
because we are
happen,
curious and we
but I didn't go through divorce so I can get back in a bad situation, you know. And I thought y'all need no man. Why are you trying to hunt us down, man? Like, why are you hunting us down? Do we seem like we want to be found? Like, y'all so crazy. You don't approach us, leave us alone. Da, da, da. We leave you alone because of the stats, the divorce rates, the STD rates, mainly, and it's just, you know, it's not looking good, you know. And so we leave you alone, and now it's, where are you hiding at? What? Why do you care? We're in our homes where we pay the bills. We're safe, and you can't just come knocking on our doors talking that babbling nonsense. And when we leave our homes, we have, you know, wherever we're gonna go, we have it mapped out. Get there, wherever it's gonna be, and then we're out. Okay, we're not walking around, fumbling around, looking for leftovers. It's a hard pass for us with the leftovers. That's all that I'm saying. Got some leftovers here, gentlemen,
want to know,
ladies.
where do you all hang out?
We're everywhere, but we get ignored. I'm real, so where do we meet women that actually want to meet decent guys like myself? Yes, I want to know too. All the dating apps are a dumpster fire, building their empires. Conferences, trade shows, networking events. Depends what men you're looking for, I guess. Women act like men just gave up on dating because they...
Absolutely. Get out there, get your bag. Your bag is going to guarantee your generational wealth for your kids and you. Network with people that are like-minded, that are on your same level if you feel like it. If you want to continue to go lone wolf, do that as well. Always ignore people that are pressuring you into getting a mentor. These are people that operate in the same capacity as people that need people to need people. They need people to need them. So just watch out for that kind of stuff.
They wanted to. What happened is, these men were forced to stop dating. They got tired of being rejected, disrespected, or treated as an option while putting in all the effort. It wasn't some sudden decision to walk away. It was a reaction to years of being undervalued and taken for granted. Men are human, and there's only so much they can take before they decide enough is enough. Many men realize that dating, as it stands now, no longer benefits them.
When people are asking, where are all the single, good women out there? They're in their home, of course. You're never going to find us because we're at home hiding.
What?
Duh. You
No,
think you're
no,
gonna find us in
no.
bars?
No, stop. Stop. Stop the madness. Stop it, I say. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are all the single leftover women said no man ever, especially right now? Why you make that up? I'm looking at leftovers. And listen, the new man, the new modern man, we don't eat leftovers, man. You know what I'm saying? Only the finest. We don't. Let's. What are you talking? No one's looking for you. If you're in your homes and we're in our homes, then we shouldn't have any problems. But yet we're still getting these videos. You're just asking us where are we hiding it, and now you're like, oh, we're in our homes hiding. How can you look for us and gaslight us at the same time? We want no parts of this. Y'all are running both plays. We don't want no parts of this. We can't deal.
No. Do you think that you're going to find us in clubs? No. We're at home watching TV, reading a book.
Can you stay there?
Maybe we're probably a little bit of a homebody or just traveling the world.
Can you stay there?
What are your thoughts?
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot.
And how did that go?
And he's not even attractive.
Well, that's unfortunate. Perhaps next time one should hold up a sign saying, don't
But maybe he's her level.
bother hitting on me unless one happens to be attractive. Only attractive men need apply.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
A person could
Can't
only
get
guess.
a good view of her, man.
But I'm here.
Okay, all right, we got a view. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, let's see here. You listen, you're average at best. That's why.
Here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
The men are actually there. But the thing that one is failing to take into consideration is that men have been told repeatedly by women not to approach them because that could be considered creepy or even harassing behavior. And the men have been paying attention because since they have no way of knowing what each woman considers to be attractive, they are just playing it safe and not even bothering. So my recommendation is if one really wants to get a man's attention at a hardware store, which is full of tools and possible project ideas, one had probably better approach him.
There it is. There it
Facts.
is.
To be honest,
Yes.
these days I don't
Yes, and you guys heard it here first. You can go back to my other channel. I was the first one talking, and they were talking about, oh, he's crazy, and they're still calling me crazy, but they're copying everything I do. I see it all. But I was like, hey, look, you women are going to approach us. I've always been approached by women. I'm just telling men to do the same thing. My whole life, I'm not chasing nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, did my ex-wife approach me? Yeah, it didn't work out so great. I'm not changing my game. It's been working out every other woman I've had except her. So I'm not changing it. So by the way, on that question, okay, yeah, she's a bum and she's broke. So what you got to do with these brokies, see, these leftover women, they're clever. You know, they'll disguise it with a bunch of babble, but you got to, keep it meat and potatoes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need all the extra fluff. So, that over time, eventually something should get paid for by you. If she's super stingy with her money, then she don't look at you guys as some type of couple or coming together or married. If you're married, she looks at it as her stuff's her stuff and your stuff's her stuff. So what you got to do is she don't offer to pay for nothing. And if she does pay for stuff, if she give you the side eye like my ex would do, it's the same thing. She don't want to pay for it. She don't have to spend her money, you know? So it's time to let her go, you know, and you know, respectfully distance yourself if you can. Ghost her as hard as possible. You know, I'm talking about like neck breaking type of ghosting where she just get whiplash, like what? You know, like just disappear, like you never existed. I'm telling you, man. I'm not suggesting anything that you ladies would consider, you know, toxic. I'm just saying it's things that men have to do. Y'all get wild and crazy, possessive. You don't want to spend any money on a man. You're brokies. You're brokies. You're broke. You want free meals. You want a ride here and there, deposits. You want a guy to pay for everything. What is your job? What are you doing? What are you doing with your money? What she's probably doing is paying for Chad and Tyrone. That's what she's doing. He's driving around her car using your money, breaking her back whenever you while you working. Telling you the truth, man.
Even try, and rather just be alone. Always play it safe. Otherwise, a misunderstanding can have bigger issues. Men are at Home Depot to look for supplies, not to pick up
Absolutely.
women. It's
Don't
become
see.
that toxic nowadays for men to approach women. I don't even bother.
We don't want to see.
Nowadays, life's just easier. It's only considered
We
creepy
don't
to
see.
approach a woman at Home Depot when you're not seen as attractive. If the same guy
Not
was
even- she's
tall,
not even high.
fit, and conventionally good-looking, the narrative would be different. It really highlights how attraction plays a huge role in how men's actions are perceived. What's often
I'm gonna tell you something else about this height thing. That's cute, but that's the reason why a lot of y'all are gonna end up getting your girl smashed by me, because I move in silence. And while you're overlooking me at 5'9", you know what I'm saying? That's gonna get you caught up because, man, I'm telling you, look, y'all, I don't like to brag, but I mean, I'm taking my kid to the physical therapist. There's a bunch of women in there, a bunch of, you know, female PTs, and, you know, they were in there working on their patients. But I got up in there, got real quiet, and women started coming out their jackets. You know, back started arching while they're sitting on stools. Oh, you're reading too much. And am I reading too much into it? Super friendly, smiling, showing all their teeth. I'm telling you, when you're super attractive, all this, you got to be 6 foot, man. Get up out of here, man. Your aura, it's over. It's over.
often called creepy from one man could be seen as charming from another, simply based on looks. And let's be real, most of the men at Home Depot are just there to get their supplies and go. They're focused on their work, handling their responsibilities, and probably aren't thinking about taking.
Let's be real, man. Can we be real for a moment, gentlemen? A lot of these women are on the drugs, man. Come on, let's be real. I'm just gonna put it out there. All right. You know, and a lot of y'all are like, oh, don't be harsh like that. You know, they're all on it, man. They're all either getting a street pharmacist or going and getting an actual prescription for something. That's why they're all like messing with their girl. Man, do you know when you're doing it, man, their mind's all gone. They can't, you're really low vibrational when you're doing all that stuff. That's why I told you, you go celibate, gentlemen, semen retention, your mind clears. All those demons that those women put on you, we don't talk about this. See, women are always a victim, but what about the gentlemen out here that are victims of these women who are train stations basically for all these pookies? See, these women love a pookie fresh out of jail. Fresh out of jail, dude's booty just healing up, and he's fresh over here messing with her. They mixing stuff up or whatever, and then you'll catch a stray thinking that, you know, you catching a chick that's hot. You're not even her type. Her pookie went back to jail, and now she's messing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real, y'all.
On the weight of another relationship or situation. The idea that they're scoping out potential partners while shopping for tools is a stretch. Most of them are there for a specific.
And I'm gonna be real too, okay? With all these new stats coming out and these women telling the truth online about them getting started, with their journey at like 13 and 14 and crap. And dude, a lot of us guys were barely getting some at the end of high school. These chicks, man, by the time you get to them in their mid-20s, they are, worn out wise. They're like senior citizens, man. Like they can't feel nothing. You know what I mean? So in America, at least, so we have to go somewhere, be somewhere where the women are not starting that early. Man. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, you got to start asking questions. And if she has a kid or she's a teen mom, you already know. She was so wild with it, she made a baby. So, you got to start like asking questions like, and do it in a playful way. Like, oh, I lost my virginity at da-da-da-da. I was a late bloomer, or be careful with it. Just, throw something out there to catch her off guard. Like, oh, I got started early. And then see if she says, oh yeah, I got started early too. And you be like, how early? And if she's like, oh, anything under like, I'm sorry, ladies, I got to say it, anything under 18, it's like, okay, all right, head them up, move them out, man. Because you ain't gonna never get a real number from her. Just roll out. Just roll out. It's not worth your life. These women are not even they're covering up herpes bumps with makeup and lipstick. You'll never win. And you got to walk out the house barefaced every day. Whatever scars you got as a man, you got to wear them every day. They can just put whatever on, man. Scary out here to me.
Purpose, not to be someone's savior or to pick up an extra load of emotional baggage.
There's no good masculine men out there who can actually help me with the basic necessities of life. And so I got to do it all on my own. When we get to the extreme of hyper independence.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're identified as an attractive guy and the only way to be identified is by women, not by your boys, not by dudes, not by random dudes on the internet that are weirdos that probably have an issue they need to work out, but they're trying to cover it up by just trying to say they're competing with you. Women will validate. Well, you should know yourself. Like everybody should have self-love, but we're not women. We don't live in delusional land. Like, so we know that the opposite gender will validate us, and you know that you're a select guy. Like everywhere I go, women trying to give me stuff. If I'm at Taco Bell, women throwing a bunch of coupons at me. You know what I'm saying? At first I got offended, like I look broke or something. You know what I'm saying? But they just keep smiling and throwing stuff at me. And then it's always a weird bending over around me. Like I said, when I was at my son's physical therapist, I hope she's not watching, but there's a chair right beside the bed that she's doing the work on. And she's like walking around this bed and got my son doing these, leg stretches with this rope. And the chair's really close. And I'm like, she's working her way around. She messed with her butt in my face. So, I got out of but I asked her before I got out of the chair. I was like, am I in your way? Do you need me to move? She said, oh no, not at all. And if I didn't get out that chair, her butt would have been in my face. Like I'm telling you, like the aura's different. Women can't help themselves. They'll play with their hair. They do a lot of different stuff. When you're select. So with that being said, if you're select, all dudes around you are jealous of you. Don't fool yourself. Don't convince yourself otherwise. All of them are. You'll have some of them try to be slick and disguise it and talk junk about like a Chad or something. He's talking about you. When he's talking about, oh, Chad, he's talking about you. He's considering anyone that he considers attractive that get women a Chad, and they will conflate and gaslight and try to, you be like, is he kind of, yeah, man, that's why I don't have any friends. I can't be around dudes. I can't be around dudes are so insecure, man. Dudes are any dude that's in a secret competition with you, he's insecure. Any dude you see that is, they don't directly mimic what you're doing. You can tell that they're taking pointers from you. You can tell by the way that they're moving. Like if you watch a content creator that was moving a certain way until you started getting some motion, and then his movement started looking like yours, his motion started looking like yours, they're watching you, right? They're watching you only because you are select. Women are watching you. See, like on TikTok, I work out on there. Dudes will go on there and watch me getting women that are coming through and talking to me, just watching me, building all this animosity, and they'll try to cover it up. They'll try to disguise their hate for me with some kind of clever banter or whatever's going on where everybody's hating them. But what really, see, dudes don't waste time hating on another dude like women do. Dudes waste time taking out their enemy, taking out their competition. The same way that kid tackled my son at school, another mixed kid. There's only a few of them there. He took out his competition at school, right? Took him out, man. You know what I'm saying? So you that's what I told my son, like, always watch your six. My son, he's sleeping. Yeah, he told me they got like 6 girls talking to him at school. No, listen, I'm real, hey, he ain't got no cell phone. I don't make sure I don't even let him like touch any girls right now. But like they just keep talking to him. He can't help it, right? He's got dudes watching him. That's why I told him, when you have women watching you, dudes are gonna watch you because the women are watching you, and then they'll build this proxy issue with you. They'll build this animosity, and the ones that you call your friends will be the ones that hate you the most. I'm gonna be real. They're the ones that'll be shading you to any female that'll lend them an ear. If you know that you're attractive to women, if your dude friends never let their women be around you, if your dude friends you never even hear their woman in the background whenever you're talking to them on the phone, they're keeping their woman from you. Their woman probably saying stuff about you because the women can't admit that you're okay, because then the dude will get insecure. So they got to talk junk about you. And the dude got to kind of talk junk about you because she's talking junk. So that's why I just keep to myself, man. You know the energy's off. You know when you're select, you know the energy's off when you're around people. You know the energy's off when dudes are keeping their chick from you. You know the energy's off when dudes are around you with their chick and they're trying to brag on themselves in front of you to this woman as if you care about either one of them. It's just the way it is, man. It's just the way it is. And that's why I just move solo, because an envious person is so dangerous, man. Jealous is bad enough, but an envious person is how a lot of people get taken out. So I would rather just be by myself than have some whole enemy, some whole op in my circle acting like he's okay. A lot of dudes though that like hang out with me, their mask will drop at a certain point in time. Like I can just tell. I'll be talking to them or something, and then they'll just like look funny. I'm like, yes, dude. Because they start sizing you up, man. Like I watch dudes that do that too, that you can tell they're sizing you up. I don't size dudes up. I don't automatically assume I have to fight every dude. So I'm not going to size you up. But if I get the bead that you sizing me up, you're on my radar. You're on my radar. Not to fight you. No, I'll just, let you get that hot lead. Right? I just know to watch you. Period. I'm not going to fight you. That's what you want me to do. I'm not going to play your game. You get that hot lead. I'll find a way to make sure that, you're in a situation where you get that hot lead and I don't get in trouble. Now, as far as you guys that are friends with people, continue your friendships. Just watch them. And I mean all of them, including your blood brothers, whatever. Yo, daddy, I don't care. You watch all of them. There ain't no single king in history that don't watch everything around him. Kings make sure that they have counsel around them, watching people around them. They're watching everybody. Then they got other people watching everybody around them too. That's what I like doing. I like having people watching, folks around me. I watch everybody around me. But I would say, again, don't trust anybody, man. And if they're your brothers, that's cool. You tell them barely nothing. You have a good time with them. You talk about stuff, but you don't need to be nothing as too. You never tell nobody your vulnerabilities. That's why my ex-wife couldn't really take me down. I don't 9 years, she still never got the details she needed to really destroy me. She knew enough to kind of like, weaken me, but did she really weaken me? Or did I let things appear a certain kind of way because I wanted to make sure she didn't get alimony? You gotta, I'm tricky, man. That's why I say don't play with me. Let me do what I do. Don't get in my way. Don't play me or think that I'm stupid and get in my way. Then I'm gonna show you. That's it. Back to the video.
We come to this belief that we no longer need the presence of a man, or that we no longer need the presence of anybody. We end up leaving no room for a high quality man into our lives who wants to provide, who wants to show up. Can you set the intention to actually make room to receive that man?
That's exactly why it's hard for these women to date. If a man comes into the relationship and sees that you're already established, financially secure, and acting like you don't need him, he's going to wonder where he fits in. If a woman's attitude is, "I've got it all under control, I don't need you for anything," then what's left for him to offer? It's not that men want to dominate. They just want to feel valued and know they bring something important to the table.
See, it's just like they want you to be an accessory, like their purse. Like, yeah, I got everything, and I got the hot dude that all women want. That's all that they want to do, right? You just have to be careful with them, man. Just watch them, because, again, these women are in a whole different world than we are. By the time that you just get started with your journey, with women, these women have already been doing it for like 8 years. 7 years, I don't know how long, long enough, like 5, 6 years. So take that, you know what I'm saying, and roll with it, man. I just don't take them serious like that.
The issue isn't that there aren't enough masculine men. It's that these women don't leave a space for a man to be a man in the relationship. Men need to feel like they're adding something, whether it's protection, guidance, or emotional support. But when a woman operates like she's fully self-sufficient and doesn't require that from him, he starts to feel unnecessary. Instead of them saying there's no masculine men, they should work on being feminine and leave room for a man to come in to be a man.
Going to Home Depot to look for a handyman boyfriend. Or he can just come find me in the garden section.
All the good men aren't taken. They're just extremely hard to find. A majority of us are left with one of two options. You can either wait 3 or 4 years till all the married get divorced, or you can continue to pick from the clearance rack and hope that you luck up and find something stashed in between the hangers. It's like,
look, I know I pause it a lot. If y'all don't like it, kiss my black ass. But listen, let me straighten her out here.
y'all ever been to Ross?
I can't really straighten her
Y'all
out.
ever
Like
shot-
making faces. Yeah. Listen, they know what we're doing. They waiting on dudes to get divorced. They know that we're going through divorce right now. They watching us all the time. They study the crap out of us, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, y'all at a disadvantage, man. These women are like 10 steps ahead of most of y'all. I mean, I can see it, but most of y'all can't, man.
Shopping at Ross. Ross be having some, but you gotta go through every hanger and every aisle to find that gem. Every once in a while, you gonna find some flat. No, and that's just what it's like dating right now. It's giving Ross. It's giving Ross.
Every woman has a good man that would treat her right in her phone, saved as corny dude. The good men are the ones y'all friend zone. We're not hard to find. Y'all just have too many requirements before giving a brother a chance. It's hilarious listening to women talk about this like they didn't contribute to this problem. There's good men. It's just people are prioritizing the wrong thing. People need to start prioritizing the character of the person.
Be honest with me. What is the real reason why you're single right now?
I'm so glad you asked. Let's get into it. So I've been single for a while now, and during that time, I made sure to really figure out what I wanted out of life and what I wanted out of a partner. And ironically enough, during that time, I also moved away from my home. So I moved out to California from New York and was really all on my own. And I really came to find out that there really is nothing anybody can offer me that I cannot provide for myself. I'm able to travel by myself. I'm able to have dinner by myself, go to the movies by
But she's
myself. Like, I
married.
genuinely just enjoyed my own company. And because I do things on my own term, I am really disappointed. So when someone comes into my life and tries to take a part of my time, you have to be pretty exceptional for me to risk disappointment. So when these boys come into my life and act all pressed, like, is there another man? The answer is no. You're not competing against another man. You're competing against me. And quite frankly, most of you guys are losing.
Well, we know why she's single. I don't really understand why some women think competing with their man is some kind of turn-on or something. It's really just stressful and incredibly annoying. I've never met a man who says, "Hey, I just finished a long day of work. Now let me go home and compete with my girlfriend."
Said no man
is looking
ever.
for that kind of dynamic. Relationships are supposed to be a source of peace and support, not a battleground for who's more accomplished or dominant. When a woman views her relationship as a competition, it creates tension instead of partnership. It turns what should be a place of mutual respect and collaboration into a constant power struggle. Men aren't looking for someone to outdo them. They're looking for a partner who will build with them, not against them. The idea of "I'm better than you" or "I don't need you" just pushes men away, because at the end of the day, no one wants to feel like they're in a rivalry with the person they're supposed to love. This competitive
Facts.
attitude is exactly what's keeping her single.
Do you think that women know how to treat men in relationships?
Absolutely not. No chance.
Okay. And that is literally just saying to a man, like, I respect you. Thank you so much for the hard work that you've put in.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I think it's that simple. It's not an overcomplicated question. We both provide, and hey, just say thanks for whatever the hell it might be.
Mhm.
Or, you work 80 hours a week. From her side, you're never home. From your side, you're like, do you have any idea what's going through my head? I'm trying to provide a lifestyle. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But it's not reciprocated of, hey, I understand what you're doing for us. It's, oh, you're just doing it because that's what you want to do. You don't want to be home.
If he stopped working, what do you think the outcome would be?
Probably not good.
Yeah. Imagine that being in the back of your head at all times.
Yeah.
Men who do this are highly attractive to women. What qualities truly make a man sexy and attractive? The answer may surprise you, and no, it's not being 6 feet, having raging abs, or being super rich, so bear with me. I've asked various women what they truly look for, and they've all said something that really surprised me, and it's not being athletic, tall, or rich. One trait that seems to have the potential to trump all the other qualities I just listed is your masculinity. Women often say, I fell for him because he makes me feel like a woman. So when you're able to embrace your healthy masculine identity, that's
Absolutely.
when a woman can truly feel like a woman around you.
I just refuse to believe this statement. Every man knows the answer is money and being 6 feet tall. Women don't even question men about their character anymore. They question him about how much he has in his wallet or how much is in the bank. It's almost as if the qualities that used to matter, honesty, loyalty, kindness.
I'm telling y'all, man, the money is everything. It's the money and the clout. Money and clout or clout. That's everything. That 6 foot stuff, y'all gotta let that go, man. I'm telling you, 6 foot dudes get cheated on all the time. It ain't gonna matter, man. Y'all gotta let that dumb shit go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm letting you live because you remember y'all keep saying 6 foot 6 inches. Ain't no woman wanting no damn 6 inches, man. Y'all made that shit up. Ain't no woman ever said that they want 6 inches unless they're just online talking about what the average. Nah, man. They wouldn't be going to Jamaica and getting them anacondas if that's the case. Okay? So you keep trying to convince yourself, well, I'm 6 foot. Yeah, you and your 6 incher man gonna get cheated on all the doggone time, man. Stop convincing yourself. 6 ain't gonna be enough for these women, nigga. You convince half 6 footer, bro. I'm telling you, man. Just know you gonna get cheated on all the time. You better take your goofy 6 inch ass over to Asia somewhere where the women are used to that, because you keep convincing yourself you're 6 foot. Whatever you got to tell yourself to help you sleep at night.
have taken a backseat to superficial things like height and financial status. We've shifted from a time when people cared about who you were on the inside to a culture where what you can provide materially is the deciding factor.
And you know what group made that 666 up? You know what group made it up, right? When you go off the country's average size, it's like 5.5 or whatever. But you know doggone well that ain't the average size of black dudes. That ain't the average size of black dudes. And we all know most black dudes are not super tall. So all this 6 and money and 6 inch, you know what group you're describing. You described yourself to put yourself in the game. That's what you try to do. 6 inches, nigga. Come on, boy. What are you talking about? You know the average is 5.5. You're trying to put yourself in the game, but you're going to max out every other stat. Gotta be over 6 foot. Gotta make money. Gotta be 240, but it can just be 6 inches. Man, stop, man. Stop. Yeah, women didn't come up with that shit. You did. Mr. Majority of the country.
It's no wonder so many men feel like they're in a constant uphill battle. Instead of being valued for their integrity or work ethic, they're judged based on arbitrary standards like their height or the size of their paycheck.
Where are the real men? Where have you gone to? And I'm talking handymen, men that can fix things, men that can do manly things. Where are you?
Where are they? They're off enjoying life. They're doing the manly things that you think they don't do anymore.
There you go.
They're hunting, they're fishing, they've gone golfing, they're hanging out with their buds, and those things around the house, they've already done them. In fact, they do them ahead of time so they don't become a problem. You know, those things that you all claimed aren't really a big deal, that only take a few minutes here and there. Nothing like having to, I don't know, spend the 3 minutes it takes to load a dishwasher or put a load of laundry in the washer. And now, ladies, after telling us for decades that you didn't want us, didn't need us, you're strong and independent, you can do anything a man can, men have heard you, and they're letting you do exactly that. And y'all have suddenly figured out that, well, maybe that's not what we wanted. We don't want to have to do those dirty jobs and possibly break a nail or get our hair and makeup messed up. We don't want to have to climb ladders or go into dirty spider-infested basements to have to do some repairs. We don't want to do any of that. And some of you figured, well, we'll just hire men to come in and do that, only to find out that's gotten pretty expensive now, if you can even find one because they're so busy. You ladies created this situation. Now you get to own it, which begs the question, why are you asking these questions? You already know the answer. The problem is you don't want to acknowledge that you're the ones responsible for it. You don't want to have to take accountability that you told men to go away and they've done just that. And I hate to break it to you ladies, but they ain't coming back anytime soon.
We were looked down on, so we went off on our own, hiding from crazy women and enjoying life. They are fixing the stuff and admiring their workmanship. We don't need the honey-do list that never ends. Do list that never ends. Workmanship. We don't need the honey-do from crazy women.
Hiding from crazy women, enjoying life. Yeah, that's the title right there, baby.
They are fixing the stuff and admiring their workmanship. We don't need the honey-do list that never ends. Working, fixing things around the house, and enjoy life. Going out on weekends, going on vacation. Well, if women are looking for a handyman, they can just Google one. It seems like these women are searching for men to take the load off their backs and ease their lives, especially after they've been shouting for years about how much they don't need men. It's ironic how, after all the talk about independence and not needing a man, they suddenly realize a man's value once he's done and given up. It's like they only wake up to what men bring to the table when it's too late. What's even more frustrating is how they act like men are just supposed to be waiting in the wings, ready to swoop in when they finally had enough of doing it alone. These women spent years pushing men away, saying they're better off without them, only to turn around and expect those same men to come and save them when things get tough. It's no wonder men are tired. Why should they step in when they've already been shown they aren't needed or appreciated until it's convenient? They are done.
I appreciate it, man. Salute the time. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Hey, man, we got to go live, man, on the other channel. While you out there, I'm gonna bring you in on StreamYard, man. You got your girl out there. I'm gonna do some passport, bro, videos. I ain't gonna talk about it too much on here. You know what I'm saying? I got these haters watching, trying to copy. You know what I mean? What we got going on here? Give us another chance. Yeah, look, hey, listen, that's what they like to do all the time. They like to shift blame, and they know that it's true. That's why my titles are taking off. When they see these titles, they really listen. This is how they feel, but they'll never say it. They'll disguise it with stuff like, you can't do better. Yeah, you losers better run overseas. We don't want you. But they're tracking everything you do, studying you like a college course exam. These women are doing everything they can to find a guy like you, but they just don't know how to bask in their femininity. It's almost a shame. And it would be kind of sad if they weren't full of ego. So they're super unattractive at this point. And gentlemen, they're going to gaslight you. They're going to say, oh, you don't like women? Never said that. You said that. Just because I don't like you. That's all that it means. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I don't like women. I don't like the female in front of me. That's all that I'm saying. You don't represent all women. You're not even a woman. You're a female. Okay? So I don't think I need to give you any justification. Truth be told, think whatever you want to think. That's how we have to roll with them. That's how we have to do it. I'm about to get off of here. Yep. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Facts. Hit that like button. Go ahead, like my man did right here, and subscribe. Drop a comment. Everybody gets heard. If you're a leftover woman, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. If you come in here with that energy, you will get met, with the same level of intensity. Okay, so if you come over here, yeah, I'm a leftover woman, you're going to be shown to the door and thrown out with the trash, like all leftovers get thrown out, because we don't eat leftovers over here, man. Only the finest. Okay, only the finest. Anyway, y'all, love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out. Hit this end button.